Hey guys, it's Brittany from Emily and Brittany from Worlds Away on Tumblr. And last week Emily did her coming out story, so this week I will be doing mine. I'll tell you guys about coming out, and then I will answer the questions that you guys sent me on Tumblr. I never really came out, per se. I slowly started coming out because I knew for a really long time, but I never really told anybody. So the first people I told would have been my best friends in high school. Actually, rewind. The first person I told was my best friend in high school, and I told her because I found out that I wasn't actually her best friend. We were pretty much dating and we had feelings for each other. So we told each other, and we had a secret relationship for a few months, and then we had a secret breakup, which was very difficult. Luckily, I had told a couple of my friends. Two of my best friends at school knew, so that was good. They were able to help me through a lot of stuff. I did come out to a few people online, but I would never have seen them in real life or anything, so I don't really count that. But in university, I did come out to most people. Summer going into university, I started talking to somebody who lived in my city. So we were just texting and stuff. And then when we started actually dating when I was in university in my first year, I decided that I should tell my parents. That all came about because I was outed. I made a friend my first year of university, and she could be watching this right now, I don't really know, but I told her that I was dating this girl that I had been dating, and she told all of our friends, and all of our friends were talking about it, and I kind of panicked because I didn't want my parents to hear it from anybody else. That was important to me, for me to be able to tell my own parents and not have them hear that I have a girlfriend from somebody that they don't really know, or just one of their friends who found out through their child. I kind of freaked out, and I told my best friend at school, who was completely supportive. She was awesome about it. That same day, I came home and I told my mom. It was really hard for me to tell my mom because we're really close. I didn't think that she was going to have a problem with it at all. It's a big change for a parent, especially when you are really not expecting it. There are gay stereotypes, and I do not fit them. Not that you need to fit those stereotypes to be gay by any means, but I know that she was not expecting for me to tell her that I was dating a girl. I kind of just sat her down, well, she was already sitting down, and was like, "Oh, are you in a good mood?" And she kind of freaked out because she knew something happened, and I made her guess. So she guessed that I had a girlfriend, and I told her yes. And it took her a couple days to adjust, but all in all, she had a really great reaction. She did cry. I think mostly out of shock and out of, I just, took her whole world and flipped it upside down, because that's not what she was expecting for my life to be at all. She always pictured me, getting married to a man and having a kid and living happily ever after, which can still happen. It'll just be with a girl. And I also told my brother, a couple weeks before that. I told him because we're really close. I tell my brother everything pretty much, and he tells me most things, I guess. And he had a really great reaction. He cried, not because he was upset, but just because he felt emotional, I guess. And he was really, really sweet about it. And when I told my mom, when she cried, I went to his room and I was crying. He hugged me and told me it was gonna be okay. And even if she didn't accept it, which she did, of course, there was not really any question about it. But if she didn't accept it, then I always had him, and yeah, it was awesome. And I told my dad, the same night that I told my mom, and he didn't really care. He was like, "Oh, okay." After I told my parents, I didn't really tell anybody. I didn't feel the need to make a post about it, because my view about posts about your sexuality on Facebook or Twitter, or wherever you want to put it, is just drama. telling everybody at once, no matter how close you are or how not close you are to them, just kind of gives somebody an opportunity to talk about you. It's just like, that'll be the hot topic, that'll be the conversation. People will talk. And I didn't want that. I didn't want everybody I knew on Facebook, all of them find out at the same time, and then all of them start talking to each other about it. I didn't want that. So I haven't really come out to everybody. But I don't live my life pretending I'm anything that I'm not. So I post on Instagram, I post on Twitter, all that stuff. I obviously have a YouTube channel about it, so it's not like I'm hiding anything, and if anybody ever asked me, I would never lie about it, but I just don't feel the need to make a post about it. One of the questions I got asked me what I am. So I guess that means like what sexuality I am. I don't really know. I just kind of go with the flow. Right now, all I know is that I love Emily and I'm not really interested in anybody else, and that's good enough for me. I know other people, there's no problem with that, like finding an identity in a label, but I don't feel like labeling myself. I don't really know what I would label myself if I were to label myself. So I'm just loving who I love, I guess. Somebody asked on Emily's video if I have had a boyfriend, and if I did I have to come out to him? I have had boyfriends, but I was not dating one when I decided to come out, so I never had to come out to a boyfriend or anything. And I had a lot of boyfriends, but we never really had like a real relationship, I guess, because I never really had a connection with a boy. When did you realize that you were into girls? Was it hard to accept it? I mean, did you have a personality crisis or something? I realized I was into girls when I told my first best friend when we started dating. I kind of admitted it to myself at the same time that I admitted it to her. So that would be the moment, I guess, when I really realized that I was gay. Before that, looking back, I've always had crushes on girls. I've always been like fascinated with really pretty girls. Like, I remember when I was little, I used to watch American Idol, and I would be like, oh, who do you want to win? I'd be like, oh, this one, 'cause she's so pretty. Like, I just wanted to watch her the whole time. So it's just, I've always kind of had a feeling. I would just brush it off and not really look into it, I guess. But I first realized when I told my best friend. Was it hard to accept? In a way, it was hard to accept just because I didn't know how I would ever meet a girl. I didn't know where to find any other gay people. I didn't know anybody who was gay, so it was kind of hard to accept that way, but also I do live in a place where it's more widely accepted than in other places, so I knew I would be okay, as long as I could find somebody. Have I had any issues with friends or family about my sexuality? Not so far, I have not. I did lose a couple friends when I first came out my first year of university, but they were just friends that I made first year of university, so it's not really a big issue for me, I guess. But long-term friends and family, no, I've been pretty fine. Side note, I am a psychology major, so I take a lot of courses about personality and all that cool stuff. So I decided this year I was going to take a class on the diversity of sexualities. So I got really educated about a lot of different sexualities, some that I'd never even heard of before. We were shown a TED Talk, and the TED Talk really, really opened my eyes about how I was going to approach being gay in public. Up until that point, I kind of thought, I can be gay without flaunting it in people's faces, and I don't need people to know that don't know me. I was fine with being gay, I just didn't want it to be obvious. Never really posted that much about it on Twitter or on Instagram or anything like that, like anything that would be really like in your face. So the TED Talk basically is saying if you're not speaking up, then you're not educating people. So the link will be in the description if you want to watch it. I really highly recommend it, especially if you're gay. or if you know gay people, or if you just want to watch it. A lot of my friends, before I told them I was gay, just in general conversation would tell me they didn't mind gay people as long as they didn't talk about it all the time. And so that was kind of how I went about it. I just didn't talk about it very much. After watching that video, I thought, I'm in a position where I can change a lot of people's outlooks on gay people. I came from a small school, so if you come out, everybody knows. And I also teach dance and I teach modeling, so I'm part of 2 bigger platforms and a small school. So a lot of people know who I am, not in the conceited way, but just in the way that they would know about me and they would know that I was gay. I want to take the opportunity to show people that gay people aren't bad people. You loved me before, and nothing about me has changed other than the people that I date. And that hasn't even changed, you just didn't know about it before. You have the opportunity, if you are out, to change so many people's views on the LGBT community and how people see you and how people see other people. So yeah, I would really recommend that you watch that and be yourself and post about your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whoever you're dating. If you're in a same-sex relationship, or if you're with somebody who's trans, or if you're somebody who's anywhere on the spectrum, don't hide who you are. Just be who you are, and it could really help a lot of people. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment, leave comments. I can answer your questions, or if you have any questions for Emily, who's usually on camera with me, like right here, you can leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you very soon. Bye!